Hello friends, it's Goobs here. Thanks for all the support in my previous Gunlancer guide for the earlier stages of the game. I've seen a few questions around how to use some skills or some combo suggestions, so in this video I'd like to go over a few of the PvE combos for both boss battles and mobbing that I use. As a bit of a disclaimer, this video will assume that you have at least 252 skill points and all skills unlocked. During the leveling process, you can still get an idea of how to use the skills even if you don't have the tripods yet. In addition, the combos here also assume that you'll be using Lone Knight over Combat Readiness or the blue build. It just does not really have any noteworthy combos per se. The cooldowns are so low that you're just kind of spamming them as a blue Gunlancer. So the first combos we'll be looking at are for mobbing content. These will apply to chaos dungeons and even some leveling content to some extent. This first combo is the bread and butter if you want to save your big burst cooldowns or are just fighting a lot of squishy mobs. So you'll want to start with just using Sharp Gunlance to group things up, Shield Shock to slow and apply armor reduction, then you'll follow that up with a Guardian's Thunderbolt for burst and crowd control, and then you'll use Fire Bullet and an auto attack as your filler, and finally you'll use Sharp Gunlance again as it comes off cooldown. You can replace Fire Bullet with Leap Attack if you're finding that you need some extra damage. That'll look something like this. Now, the Gunlancer, if you're playing Lone Knight, is a very bursty class, and we rely heavily on our Surge Cannon for a lot of the work. Here's what a combo with Surge Cannon would look like when fighting mobs of medium tankiness. You'll want to start with Sharp Gunlance to group things up, and then just follow it up with a Surge Cannon. Simple. Now, if you're fighting a large amount of tanky mobs, perhaps you want to try this combo. Sharp Spear for grouping, Shield Shock for the armor reduction, Guardian's Thunderbolt for crowd control, and then finally you'll end the combo with Surge Cannon. One important thing to note is anytime you use Surge Cannon or Charge Stinger, you'll want to activate your class identity first so you don't get knocked down during the cast. If you do get knocked down, you'll just put your Surge Cannon on cooldown and it feels really bad. As for Shout of Hatred and Charge Stinger, you can replace Surge Cannon with Shout at any point as they serve similar functions. Surge Cannon does some extra damage in this case, so just keep that in mind. Charge Stinger doesn't really combo that well with anything because it has a decently long channel time, so just kind of use it whenever it's off cooldown, but try to hang on to it if you're about to fight a boss. Now for the boss combos. Honestly, there's only one real combo to talk about here, as most of the time you'll likely be moving around the boss repositioning as you wait for your skills to come off cooldown. So the only real combo will look something like this. Start with Shout of Hatred as the boss starts an attack. This will interrupt the boss. Followed up with an immediate bash to reduce boss armor and give you a damage bonus for a brief moment. And then you'll want to finish that with a Surge Cannon into a Charge Stinger. You should have just enough time to fit both Surge Cannon and Charge Stinger into that short window of the boss armor being fractured and having the damage bonus from bash. And as always, anytime you're charging a Surge Cannon or Charge Stinger, make sure you have your class identity active. And that about summarizes the current PvE combos available to the Gunlancer. If you found this video helpful, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel for more Lost Ark Gunlancer content in the future. But this was GooberTroy saying thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to squad up and have fun.